2 years ago, I reviewed a demo for an upcoming game called Coffee Talk. Exactly 11 months ago at the time of writing this, Coffee Talk released, January 29th, 2020. I had been granted a review copy, and I always intended to review this game properly. So now, after that much time, I'm going to. I'm sure it's easy to picture. A late night in the big city, the sun's lowering, the streets bustle just a bit quieter. There, on the corner, in a warm orange glow, is the coffee shop. Developed by Toge Productions, Coffee Talk is unquestionably the warm cup of rich hot cocoa on a cold rainy night. Your role in this parallel-style Seattle is the barista of the title coffee shop. People come in, they ask for drinks, you serve them. You meet a variety of characters who give you various perspectives on life, how they live, what they do. The feuding couple who are divided over the importance of family. The werewolf who asks your help in finding a drink to help with his monthly moonlit excursions. The vampire who discusses his lifestyle and what he practices in the modern world, along with plenty of others, all as deep and colorful as the last. The gameplay itself is simple. The only thing you will ever have to do is make drinks. At this, you can either succeed or fail, which can change the course of how people's day proceeds. You learn multiple recipes as the game progresses, which changes how you're able to handle certain situations, and the game allows you to jump the days on the calendar to times when you may not have had those recipes, and use them to improve the outcome of things. The art style is unique and pleasant. The ever so slightly pixely image in such detail is charming and impressive. The sprites have a lot of thought put into them based on who the characters are and their practices as people. The freelance journalist hits it casually. The medical worker, who is always ready for a call, has his scrubs on constantly. The background especially really adds to the quiet coffee corner feel, with the varying weather and the silhouettes of cars and people crossing the windows, just as you glimpse to the world you've found yourself in. Now, I wish to talk about the story, or more accurately, the characters, which is like 80 to 90% of the appeal of this game. As a result, if you have not played it already, I highly recommend it. You can find a demo on itch.io, possibly Steam, and the full game will of course have its own Steam page. I'll hopefully remember to provide a link to both down below. But now we're entering spoiler territory. More of the characters than the story, as there's no huge overarching plot, but I feel like meeting and learning the characters is the biggest joy of this game. All in all, the game is lovely. Through and through, the characters feel deep and lively. They have a world beyond the coffee shop. The officer talks about his daughters, who never make an appearance, but you get a strong sense of his family's home life, and the kind of person he is, and the kind and strength of love he holds for them. Gala discusses his life as a hospital worker, life as a werewolf, his values in helping people, and the hints at what his life was like before all that. Though, even by the end of the game, some of his secrets stay secret. Hyde is cold and blunt, but he's also witty and charming. He's not afraid to interject his opinion on the matter, but he also has a deep and valued respect for the people he trusts, as he has with Gala. You meet the two game developers from opposite sides of the industry, but equal sides of the field, who immediately hit it off discussing the more technical matters and solving problems together. You meet the pop star and her father, their family dynamic becoming apparent as they both try to figure out how to talk to one another, which is just a great metaphor for what it means to communicate, honestly. I will say, there is a plot about the player character that I have mixed feelings for. On the one hand, in jumping around the various days, you will cause and come across some new dialogue. On the other, the explanation for why this happens feels a bit weaker than it could have been. But even with all that in mind, I absolutely adore this game. I thoroughly enjoyed learning about these people, what they do, who they are, everything. It inspires me in the ways of writing people, connections, dialogue. It interests me in the exploration of characters, ideas, design. I adore this game, and most of what I love about it can't be displayed in more words than what I've given you without literally retelling each aspect of the game. I highly recommend you give this game a shot if all this interests you. I believe if you have an interest in writing and in people, you'll enjoy exploring this game in full. And just between you and me, I'd learn how to make a bedchamber. She'll need it.